Aloha, everyone, in another level living land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Freedom Fridays. So happy that you're here because we're in store for an amazing treat. We have an awesome special guest today, and I can't wait to be able to hear her wisdom and share all the amazingness about her. First, before I introduce her, I want to let you know what is the purpose of this show. The purpose of the Freedom Friday show is to support you as an entrepreneur in achieving your success in business and life harmony. Because it really is two sides of the same coin. We never want to get so busy making a living that we forget to make a life. And it is 100% possible to work smarter, stress less, strengthen our relationships, and lead with much more energy, ease, and momentum so that we can increase our confidence, our calm, and our cash flow. We also have some really great free gifts for you today. One of them is going to be 7 Secrets to More Business and Life Harmony. And you want to go to anotherlevelliving.com to be able to access that one. And now I want you to give a warm welcome to our special guest today, Keren Kilgore. Keren, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Okay. Oh, it's absolutely a pleasure. I'm thrilled. Yes,
I'm
good.
so looking forward to hearing your wisdom. We're going to be talking about the 7 hidden traps that sink book launches and how to avoid them. Now, let them know a little bit about you before we get into this awesome topic.
Yes,
So,
please.
Keren Kilgore helps authors, coaches, speakers, and business owners successfully publish, launch, and market their books to grow their visibility, impact, and income. With over 25 years of experience in the publishing industry, she guides clients through every phase of the process, from developing a powerful manuscript to building strategic book launch and also leveraging their book to attract clients, speaking engagements, and media attention. Her services at Quantum Shift Media includes book coaching, publishing support, our author branding, and marketing campaigns, including her signature and one of my favorite programs that she does, her signature 90-day book launch blueprint. Whether launching your book for the first time or relaunching an existing one, Keren's helps transform books into powerful business assets. Yay! Oh, I love that. Just reading
Yes.
your profile gives me awesome goosebumps because we need to put our message out there, right? Like, tell me from your perspective, why is this topic so important, especially for us
Oh,
entrepreneurs?
it really is because everybody has a message. You've been given your experience, and your perspective of your experience is really unique, and people need to hear your voice. And you wrote a book for a reason. It came from you, it just started birthing in you, and you got all this, you wrote it. It was like, it literally like a birthing process, and this message wants to come through you. And so, and my belief is that some people can only hear the message from you. Someone else may say it something similar, but you have the voice that people need to hear. And so getting your book out and leaving a legacy in that is huge. Another one is that books change lives. I mean, how many books have you read? And it absolutely impacted your world. It changed your marriage. It helped you with your finances. It helped you be more peaceful, whatever it is. A book really does change lives. So those are really passions of mine, to help people get their message out and do it really well.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I love
Yeah.
that. You know, as you were talking, I was thinking
Yeah.
about this quote that Maya Angelou said that, there's never, and I probably am saying it wrong, but it's this part about bearing, like the greatest burden is bearing like this untold truth, right? This
Yes.
untold like
Yes.
wisdom and that.
Yes.
So a lot of times
Yeah.
we can resist
Yeah.
like our
Yeah.
calling of bringing the message out there, but when we
Yeah.
hold it in, it's like this weight, and the world needs to hear our messages, I think now more than ever,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yes. I absolutely agree. I really do. And people don't know how to do that. A lot of people are really experts in their field, but when it comes to writing or launching a book, they don't know. They're like a little bit out of their element. And so my passion is to help people get their books out. It really is.
This is so good. And I love that you can help them
Right.
before or even after they have already had
Yeah.
surgery. So it's that you're able to help them with that whole process.
Yes. Yes. So if your book has You wrote your book for a reason, and if you launched it and it didn't hit what you thought it should do, or even if it did, launch it again. I really recommend people launch their book again.
Right.
Every 2 years every 2 years is a great amount of time, because more people come into your circle of influence than you had 2 years prior. And so relaunch it again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, because your message has the lifespan's not over. The message doesn't end with one book launch. It's not over at all. And so launch it again, because it's got a message that people need to hear for many, many years. It really does.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned, right? It's like birthing a baby. And the
It
funny
is
thing is, a
birthday.
lot of times we birth this baby, we're like, oh, we got through that. But then it's just the
Yeah.
beginning. Now is the
Yes,
evolution. So it's the same thing with our books, which is
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then yeah, and what you focus on expands. Whether you focus on positive or negative, what you focus on expands. And so if you're focusing on getting your book out and getting your message, not just your book, but your book is the portal to your message, to new clients, to speaking events, to getting your voice heard. And so what you focus on expands, focus on it. Let's get it out there.
yeah.
Let's get it out there.
Well, let's hear, what are these 7 traps? Like, what are these 7 traps that sync book launches? Because I know a lot of people who they get their book out, they're like, it's done.
Yeah.
And then that's like, because that's the hardest part, quote unquote, but then it just gets started. And then there's not as much momentum on actually launching the
Yes.
book after you
Yes.
the first thing. So, what are
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
7 traps that sync us?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a webinar on all seven, so I'll go over a couple of them today.
Perfect.
That people that that are probably the biggest issue. But one of them is, where do I even start? That's the first one. Where do you start? And because people don't have direction, they use a shotgun effect, the shotgun approach, and they'll say, well, let's try this and this and this, and they'll go, do all kinds of things, but they don't know what order to do it in. And so they're not sure if it's even working. Am I too late? Am I too early? What do I do in what order? And so I think that has been the biggest. I don't know what to do and when to do it.
And that
And
sounds like a big old ball of confusion, which
it
actually
is. It is. It is. And
process.
it's the what I don't know, I don't know. What don't I know that I don't know that I need to know to be able to be successful. And as you know, anytime you can get a coach to help you do what they've already been through it, and if you can get a coach to help you, you're going to save so much time and effort and frustration and honestly money by the time you try to figure it all out on your own. Get a coach to help you with whatever you're doing, if it's in your business or your marriage or whatever. Get a coach to help you. And that's what the 90-day book launch blueprint does, is it really coaches you through how to successfully launch your book, make money, increase your reach, get your message out there. So that's probably the biggest. I don't know what
Okay.
to do when.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
So good. Okay.
Yeah.
So first
Have
one,
you have
I
you
don't know what
yeah,
to
I'm sure you've heard that. Even in coaching and business, it's like, what systems do you set up and what do you use? Get a coach to help you and save yourself time on it.
One of the things my mom, she actually kind of said a little bit of what you said. What is it that you don't know that you don't know that you don't know that you don't know? Right.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. It could go on forever. You could
yeah,
spend 20 years figuring that out. Yeah, you could spend a
exactly.
lot of time figuring that out. Yeah.
And a lot of people, they have sometimes a different perspective of coaching, right? But the big
Yes.
thing about coaching,
Yes.
from what I've learned, and we even
Yes.
wrote a book on the power of coaching, is that
Yes.
it allows you to actually get your transformation much faster. It's able to
Yes.
coaches are able to see
Yes.
your blind spots. They're able to
Yes.
hold you accountable to be able to
Yes.
actually step
Yes.
in and implement and get the results for your goal. And there's all
Yes.
kinds of coaches out there. And I love how
Yeah.
you focus on getting people their message, sharing their message in a book and leading to speaking engagements and all these different things because
Yep.
It is really a great
Mm.
leverage point for like the even the cornerstone of your business. Your
It is. It really is. It's honestly like a door. It's the portal, really. And your book just opens more opportunities. It opens speaking opportunities, and then your book sells when you're speaking. And so it's a win-win when you're promoting it. And I mentioned, what you focus on expands. And so if you want what you if you know what to focus on, even in the coaching thing, it's you're going to have a quantum shift, which is why I named my company Quantum Shift Media. You're going to literally a tiny little action or a tiny focus is going to quantum shift things and get you where you need to go faster.
love that. I love that. Oh, that's so good. Okay, give
It
us one
is.
more, at least two more. Can you give us two more?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the other big one is I don't have any marketing expertise. I don't know what works, what doesn't. And so again, they try the shotgun approach, and we'll do this, and we'll do that, and we'll try this, and you can spend a lot of time, and it is a pitfall. It's a trap, and it can sink your book launch. Because when you are try this, try that, and not knowing how to do a bestseller, not knowing, how to do speaking, how to pitch speaking gigs. You don't have the right content to do it. And so to even tech intimidation, people are intimidated by technology and the things that they have to use. And so the 90-day book launch blueprint gives you literally every single thing you need. And so you fill in it gives you templates, many, many templates to do stuff. And so it just simplifies it. And in 90 days, you can have your book launched, literally. You can have a book off in not just 90 days. And it can, and high, and number one in rankings, the whole object is to get people to notice your book. And so the book launch blueprint is a clear path. It's a guided step-by-step path in getting them there. So you don't need marketing expertise. You just need to follow the plan, follow the coaching plan that's set out, do everything in the order that it's. Another thing is I provide a timeline. And so you put your book launch date in the timeline. It will calculate everything you need to do in the order you need to do it in. So you don't need to worry about anything in the future. Just whatever is on today or this week, you focus on that. And so it really does step by step guide you on how to get a successful book launch, get your book out there into the eyes of the readers who need it the most. People's books are so important, so important. I mean, when you walk through a bookstore, I love walking through bookstores. Anytime I can, I'll go airport, I'll go through the bookstore and look at the covers and what are people reading? And you can tell that these books are there for a reason. And people are drawn to them. When you've gone into a bookstore, you can see you're drawn to a certain book. And it's the universe telling you this is what you need now. This is going to be your coach and guide you to what save you time and money and frustration and get you where you need to go.
Well,
And so, yeah,
so what's interesting? There was a question that was coming to me, but I hear it all the time, and I just want your take on it. I hear, oh
yeah.
my goodness, Dr. Heather, I don't have time to read a book. I don't have
Oh,
time.
oh no. Oh, it's going to save you. Okay, think of one book. What book have you read that really changed you?
Oh, well, of course, I'm thinking about the Bible, but also
Yes,
I'm thinking
yes,
about
yes.
this book. And so I listened to the audiobook because I was one of those
I
people.
do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
But it
I
was,
love audio.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness, I can't
I
remember
do too.
um something about the word. I cannot remember the name of the book off the top of my head. But
Okay, yeah,
listening to it and letting it soak in, even while
yes,
I'm
yeah,
driving, is
yes,
transformational, even
yes,
for like as I'm dealing with
yes,
people and situations and stuff.
yes,
It
yeah,
literally was life changing.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it.
So, yeah, so my husband, and he works with me, Michael, and we've been married a long time, 44 years. And he read a book called The Power of Negotiation or something. I can't remember the whole title. But it was like that book came to him at the right moment. And then he had a bunch of negotiation things that he had to work out with people. And he used every skill in that book. It's like it saved him a ton of trouble, a ton of trouble.
Mm.
And one of my favorites is Awakened Imagination by Neville Goddard. And what everything that we do or are or create is starts in our imagination first, always in our imagination first. And so that book awakened my imagination in ways I didn't know it needed. And it's spiritual and practical at the same time. And so your book, people's books came from your imagination and they were birthed through you. And so focusing on getting it into the hands of readers is a reader needs they need it. And that book was written 70, 60, 70 years ago. And so the lifespan still goes. It's still there. It's still going to be there. It's not for 1 year or 2 years. It's for a long time.
For a lifetime, right? And
It's
beyond
for a lifetime. Yes.
legacy.
Yes.
It's interesting that as you
Yes.
were talking, I was thinking about the latest book or one of the latest books that I read. It was called Everyday Millionaire by Chris Hogan.
Okay.
And it's funny,
Okay.
we
Yeah.
were kind of forced to read
Yeah.
it. My dad was like, everybody needs to read this book. So he had the whole family read the book. And
Yeah.
since I was one of those people
Yeah.
that didn't have time,
Yeah.
I listened to the
Yeah.
audio book. And it was
Yeah.
just so profound because we have this, society has this misinterpretation of what a millionaire is. And the
Yeah.
reality is
Yeah.
that there's
Yeah.
so much more to it. There,
Yeah.
that was like the first thing
Yeah.
he did was debunk all of the myths that people have
Yes.
and set it up
Yes.
to that reality, like everybody can be a millionaire.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
I feel,
Yes.
and ladies,
Yes.
I hope y'all are feeling the transformation that
Yes.
as
Yes.
a result.
Yes. Exactly. So I just recently published a book for an author and it's called Control Your Career. And it's literally a life-changing book. If someone is in the market, is trying to change their career or get a better job or increase, get promoted or, change into the job market, it is a simple guided step-by-step on how not to have your resume. And she debunks all the myths. Her name's Susie Miller. She debunks all the myths on what people think their resume is. So after I'd published it, somebody sent me their resume and they said, "Can you look at my resume?" And I said, "Sure." And they were like, everything that she has in her book, they had done wrong on the resume, everything. And it's like, oh, look, and I didn't know all this before I published this. So I learned a whole bunch of stuff from that. But it's like every single thing she said not to do was on this resume, and they were a professional. And so it's like that's a book that can change you. And people have written their book for a reason, and its lifespan's not over. Relaunch it.
So now there's this
Relaunch it.
revelation that it's like not that we don't have time, we can't afford not to have time because that
Exactly. You
great
can't.
book
Exactly.
is gonna leave. Oh
Exactly.
my goodness, so good. Okay,
Exactly.
we have time for
Exactly.
one more hidden trap.
Okay.
What's the
Okay. One more.
last hidden trap
Okay.
share with us?
Okay, the other one is isolation or decision fatigue. People get just worn out doing it by themselves. They get worn out. And so I support them through their whole book launch. Okay, there's live open hours coaching and accountability. Did you do what you say you're going to do? Um, and feedback. We have a Facebook community, so you can get feedback from other authors who are publishing in it. I'm going to start a new one. And so that's a big one because you feel like you're all alone doing this. Nobody else is experiencing this. It's just me, and you're comparing your book to other authors who say, "Oh, look, I'm number one, and look, I've sold." And so we're going to bring it back into, it's you. This is your book. Don't compare yourself to anybody. This is your launch. Your message is not compared to anybody else's. You are unique. And so the accountability and the support is really huge. It really is. So there is full support in this.
Oh my goodness, that's so very good because a lot of times you're right. People are in this silo. No one understands what's going on.
Exactly.
I'm the only
Exactly.
experience is this. Everybody else is it great? And it's so funny
Exactly.
how our mind can make us feel like we're in this alone.
You're
right?
all alone, and you're not. We're not. We are all
Oh,
connected. We're so connected, really, really.
oh my,
And your book, I absolutely believe your book was written for a reason. And so let's get into a community where you can be supported and launch it successfully. Relaunch your book successfully and get the support you need to do it.
love it.
So that's
Oh, it's
that's
so good.
another, the
Thank you so
isolation
much for sharing your
and
wisdom.
decision.
Isolation and
Good.
decision. So we got
Decision
so we
fatigue.
got three. And we want to
Yes.
hear your wisdom. Those of you who are listening to this, put in the comments below which one of these spoke mostly to you. I don't know where to start. It's like where to begin, not to know what to
Yeah.
do when,
Yeah.
or there's this part about the no marketing experience. Sometimes there's tech
Yeah.
intimidation and all that stuff, or even getting caught up in this isolation and decision
Yeah.
fatigue. And
Yeah.
that part about where you're in it by yourself. So make sure you put
Yeah.
your comments
Yeah.
in the chat below because we want to hear from your wisdom
Yeah.
too.
We do.
And
Yes, we
Karen,
do.
based on everything that you shared with us, what would be the biggest takeaway that you want to leave us with today?
Um, that you wrote your book for a reason. It didn't have a 1 year life cycle. Okay? It doesn't have a 1 year life cycle. It's got 150, 200 year life cycle. And what you focus on expands. That's a big one. It really is.
Okay.
Awareness and what you focus on expands. So focus on getting your book out to people and help impact lives. That's why you wrote it.
Oh my goodness, so good. And then how can we continue this journey with you? Do you have like a free gift or something that you can offer us
I
to?
do. Yes, I have a book launch planner and it will give you some tools and some, get started on getting your book launched. So you can download that on my website. That's at quantumshiftmedia.com.
Per
And yeah,
and
you'll
we'll
see
make
you'll see the book launch planner right there.
okay.
And yeah, and that's a great tool.
Wonderful. We'll make sure to put that
Yeah,
in the comments. What a beautiful
good.
gift. So everyone who's listening, go ahead and get your free launch planner. Go ahead and get connected with Keren's amazing journey. We also have a couple other things that we'll be able to throw in. She has an awesome masterclass coming up that we'll make sure that
Yeah,
you get connected to. Keren,
yeah,
thank you so much for blessing us with your message and your wisdom today. This was just
yeah,
so life filling, you
yeah.
know?
Good, good,
All right,
good.
everyone in another level living land. We want to hear what is your biggest takeaway. Put it in the comments below. And you know that
Yeah,
sharing is caring. So if you were given this gift of inspiration for your message and your book, make sure that you give someone else the gift of their inspiration for their message and their book. And go ahead and share this message out because you know that sharing is caring. Let this message marinate into your mind, body, and soul all weekend. And we look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode of Freedom Fridays. Karen, thanks again for blessing us with your wisdom and your presence.
thank you.
We definitely know this was inspirational for not just us, but so many people who are going to listen to this beyond time is what we talk about. And everyone in another level living land, we'll see you soon. Bye.